Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? It's been said that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, or does it?
I was feeling so bad. I asked my family doctor just what I had.
It's time to get a new prescription for your life. Get ready for your daily dose of Healthy Talk Radio, the show that's empowering your health. And now, here's America's health and lifestyle coach.
This is the show where your health is your wealth. Thriving is more important than just surviving, and the only thing lost are those unwanted pounds. This is Healthy Talk Radio that helps you get well, stay well, and live well. Lines are open, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What are you struggling with? Let's talk about it. Your health, your life. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is the best form of medicine. To become the best version of you and to really live your potential, it comes down to your choices. And that's what we want to help you do every single day. This is Asa Rx. I'm Asa, your host. Good to be with you. Give us a call, 888-283-7272, or check us out online, asarx.com. All right, let's kick it off with Richard. Hi, Richard. Welcome to the show.
I'm struggling with a bit of a postnasal drainage. It's a year-round drainage, so I'm not sure that it's related to seasonal allergies. I've kind of done some reading online, and it seems like it may be silent reflux or something like that. I do battle with heartburn and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, a couple things to think about that's really important. And, you know, it's going to come down to your gut health. Gut health is really a big deal. Most of the drainage happens because of what's happening in the digestive tract. When you heal and get the digestive tract working better, get rid of things like leaky gut, you get rid of things like yeast, fungal issues, inflammation, cut all that out. And you could do that with pretty much a strong dietary plan, eating plan. That's when it begins to shift, because these food allergies, a lot of times that they're foods that increase histamine, which histamine is that substance that messes with our allergy type symptoms. And when you create histamines, it increases basophil action, which is a type of cell. And that's when you start getting all these reactions like runny nose and itchy eyes and sneezing and all of that. Okay. So it really comes down to your food choices. That's what I would tell you to do is to encourage you to kind of step back and say, all right, what am I doing eating wise that's making a big difference? So if you're not following more of an anti-inflammatory based diet, if you get a copy of my book, and by the way, we're giving our books away for free right now, hardback copy of my book, giving it to you for free. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com. And we'll send you a copy for free. I'll pay for it if you'll just cover a little bit of the shipping to get it to you. That's all we ask. And so we're giving you the book for free, hardback copy, and go get a copy of it. It'll help you. It's got the eating plan in there is literally the foundation of what we use in a lot of ways. So I would go check that out and at least get started there, because it's got to be balanced. I mean, for your gut to get balanced, your choices have got to be balanced. So you got to do equal amounts of lean protein sources like chicken, fish, beef, or eggs, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and then good healthy fats like things like almonds, walnuts, cashews, avocados. All of that is super important for your overall health and can make a big difference with what you're doing on a regular basis. So that's a huge key in the grand scheme of things. So I would look at that. Plus, if you want to do one little caveat to that is we lose our body's ability to break down proteins and fats very well as we age. And so it's because of the lack of hydrochloric acid that we build up in our stomach. So you can do betaine hydrochloride, or you can get some of that from bromelain, which is a proteolytic enzyme. It's in pineapple, and that can help too. Apple cider vinegar is really good too. Using that with your meals, maybe a tablespoon mixed with some honey and water, diluted a little bit, helps to increase and stimulate hydrochloric acid in the stomach. All that is beneficial, super beneficial, and can be very, very helpful along the way. All right, so keep me posted on how everything goes. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. AsaRx.com. Mustard greens are really, really good for us. Did you know that? They are. They're amazing. And I'm going to talk about those here in the show. So I want you to hang tight because it's a big deal. Foods are powerful. And the better you can improve your eating strategies, the better off you're going to be. And I know that sounds so simple and basic, but what if it is, why are we not doing it? Why are we still eating junk food? Why are people still smoking? Like, why are the habits, why are we so sedentary that people can't get out and exercise? Why is that? What's the deal? Why is that happening? So there's a reason for that. And we've got to come to a place where we get past that. Because if not, we're going to be stuck. And we want to be in a place where we're not stuck and we can thrive, not just barely make it. 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. We'll send you a free copy of the book, by the way. Did I tell you that? myfreehealthbook.com. I know I'm telling you that a lot because I want to see you get it. We'll cover the shipping. Or you cover the shipping. We'll cover the book. Pretty simple. Type 1 diabetes. I want to jump on that too is a big deal. So it's people with type 1 diabetes, there's two types, right? Type 1 and type 2, and there's actually coming a type 3, like a hybrid that they're coming out with. But people with type 1 diabetes, which is more a genetic link and has an autoimmune component to it, face a greater risk of developing thinking and memory issues as they age compared to the general population. Study found that people with type 1 diabetes were 83% more likely to develop dementia as seniors. And the study found that modestly higher risk of all-cause dementia in people with type 1 diabetes. The next step is to figure out what that really means and how we can help people with type 1 diabetes age more successfully. And I think that's really the key, aging successfully. I like that. So they noticed in the study that with type 1 diabetes and the issues with the blood sugar impact, showed a link with dementia risk. And Alzheimer's Association did quite a bit of studies on this to figure that out. Insulin is a hormone that we know is made from the pancreas, and it's necessary for all the cells in the body to be able to use carbohydrates from foods as fuel. In type 2 diabetes, the body develops a resistance to insulin and doesn't use carbohydrates effectively. This is from the American Diabetes Association. So for the study, the researchers reviewed records from a lot of insurance companies that they allowed to use. They found more than 490,000 who were over 60 years young, had no history of dementia as of 2002, and they collected this data later on. And in that same group, 12% had developed dementia over a period of time that had type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So it's interesting. They just correlated that and found that some people with type 1 have insulin resistance to varying degrees, and others don't. But the ones that do have the stronger insulin resistance to them are the ones that struggle with the dementia issues the most. Blood sugar plays a big role. And the moral to the story is that your eating habits, how well you process your blood sugar, is a big, big deal. So when your doctor's looking at your glucose levels, which is your blood sugar levels, on a regular blood test, and that thing starts creeping up past 85, that's not the time just to go, oh, it's just 87. Oh, it's just 91. No big deal. Just keep an eye on it. You don't want to keep an eye on it. You want to get aggressive then so that your lifestyle pulls it back down to 82, and you don't have to worry about even getting close to the edge of the cliff. Get close to the edge of the cliff. All you need is a strong wind, and it'll blow you off the cliff. This is Asa Rx.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Triple 828-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Welcome back to the show. So glad to have you. Remember, you can go online, AsaRx.com. I'm Asa, your host. Good to be with you. Always good to be here to help you go from where you are in your current state of health to where you need to be. Lifestyle is the medicine. The choices we make every single day, that's what really matters. Our choices are what matter. That's what matters more than anything else. Our choices can and will determine the kind of health that we're going to have. So I want to see you win. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you not just barely make it. I want to see you do great. So this show is all about getting you to the next level with your health and with your life. That's what it's all about. It is. We want to see you win. All right, let's get now and go to the phones. Let's talk to Nelson. Hi, Nelson.
I just was having a reaction to Paxil, SSRI, and it's been 3.5 months, and it's out of my system, but it has kind of done some havoc, or wreaked some havoc on my nervous system. So I didn't know if you guys dealt with that or not.
Yeah, I mean, I see it a lot, and I get those kind of questions here on the show. Definitely, we get tons of emails on that. People asking questions off the show, of course. And so the brain meds as a whole, right, are good managers. I mean, it's good for what people struggle with and deal with. For the short term, I think they're great. But they really are, because symptomatic relief sometimes is necessary. And then some of the bigger challenges, right, that like schizophrenia and bipolar and those medications that we have, man, they're strong. They really are. And they do impact, and they can have lasting side effects. I mean, some are really challenging. Like, I'm not super excited about them, but they do help people. They do manage people so they can live life. Like, you can't argue with that. It's the real deal. So that in itself is great. I would just encourage you, though, a couple of things. One is with an SSRI, you want to look at things and really modify your brain chemistry to figure out where things are. There's a test that can be done naturally that looks at the neurotransmitters. It looks at things like serotonin, which you're dealing with, GABA. It looks at dopamine, acetylcholine. It looks at all of those to figure out kind of where you are and where those levels are and what you can do to really get back into the game with those, because they could be imbalanced, and it could be something so simple to balance those out to get you what you need and to really get you into a good place. So I would encourage you first and foremost to look at that. I would encourage you first and foremost to really make sure that your game plan overall is solid and strong. And you can only do that by the numbers. So the thing we don't do a lot in medicine is we don't evaluate the neurotransmitters, the brain chemicals. They don't like the tests that are currently out there. There's a urine test that does really, really well, because here's the deal. The reality is they're brain chemicals. So you think, okay, they're made in the brain. They're not. They're made in the gut. Well, most people's gut is so messed up that it's hardly even absorbing nutrients just for basic functions of the body. People are constipated. They got leaky gut. They got all kinds of just yeast in their gut. It's just a mess. The bacterial environment, we call the microbiome, is kind of the fancy word we use now. It's all messed up. So your gut is kind of like the second brain. Michael Gershon coined that term, a physician, and it really is a second brain. And what's interesting is all your brain chemicals are made in the gut, and then they're sent to the brain where they need to go. So if you're not making enough serotonin, guess what? You're not making that in the brain. You're making that because your gut's messed up, or you're not making it. If dopamine's the main one, you're not making it because dopamine is like not being made because your gut's messed up. GABA, the same thing. All right. So it's about getting your gut healthy more than anything else. That's kind of the root cause. You know, we talk about the root cause a lot, and that's the root cause of it. So 5-hydroxytryptophan in a certain version can be beneficial, but you can't take them together. But again, I'm not a big fan of blind nutrition. Like, it's not just, hey, eat these foods and take this supplement and everything's going to be hunky-dory. Like, you really need to get into someone to evaluate the neurotransmitters. If you need help with that, our providers can help you find somebody in your area to be able to do that. Just reach out to our office. There's our provider team. Our lifestyle providers are nationwide. They're amazing. Do a great job and can really help you. But don't do blind nutrition. Don't do it. Get provider-guided help, so the numbers can get looked at and everybody can make a real good educated decision on what's going on. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. You can give us a call or go to the website, go to asarx.com. If you haven't subscribed to our podcast, the Asa Rx Experience, go to the podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Pandora, Spotify, any of the outlets that you use for your podcasting. Go there and you can easily download and find our podcast, Asa Rx Experience. Every single day we've got a brand new one. If you miss show segments, we put that on there as well. So we want to help you really get what you need and get information that you need, help that you need that is encouraging and motivating and inspiring to you, that can help you get to that next level in your health. Okay, so Asa Rx Experience, it's there. Please go subscribe so we can get you that content. So many people say, hey, I missed the show. Hey, I didn't get to write this down. Hey, I didn't. And that's just a great way to catch that. Okay, so Asa Rx Digital, we are in full swing. You can check it out there. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What about mustard greens? We were talking about that. I'm going to jump into that in a minute. One of the number one anti-cancer foods are mustard greens. There's a huge cancer prevention connection. It helps with the body's detox system, antioxidant system. It's anti-inflammatory, helps with chronic imbalances. And the cancers that it's been associated with helping are bladder cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, and ovarian cancer. So detox support provided by mustard greens is very strong too. Mustard greens contain phytonutrients called glucosinolates and contain major components in it to help with the detox system. Also, the mustard greens are really good with vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, manganese. They've got a lot of vitamins and minerals in them. And so providing this can be super, super helpful. Eating mustard greens on a regular basis. They've got great anti-inflammatory benefits to them. Cardiovascular support is really, really strong. We found that the enzymes in mustard greens help support overall heart health, support the liver, cut down on the bad cholesterol, increase the good cholesterol just by doing that, and help the gallbladder. I mean, it's a powerhouse. Mustard greens, one of the good old Southern favorites.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. So glad you're with us. Check us out online, asarx.com. Now, if you did not get a copy of my free book, it's hardback copy. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. It's myfreehealthbook.com and get a copy of it. We'll be glad to send it to you, encourage you. It'll be a great way to start, kick off you wanting to work on your health. Hey, it's one of the best tools you can ever have to get your health where it needs to be. That is the ultimate key when it comes down to it. So that's the key. I'm so excited to get that to you. We pay for the book. You cover a little bit of the shipping cost, and I just want to get it in your hands, be able to help you. So it's got everything you need in it from A to Z on how to live a healthy lifestyle. Even got an eating plan in there just for you. 888-283-7272. Go to asarx.com, and don't forget to check out the Asa Rx Experience, our podcast. So it's on all the different podcast outlets. And again, you can get repeats of the show so you can hear it again and again. And we got brand new content. Talk to celebrities and sports figures. I interview them, and you'll get a glimpse of their stories and how they live their life and what makes them successful, what they've learned or what they have learned from their own failures and successes to live their potential. Because I think all of us have a potential that we haven't even tapped into yet. And it's this unlimited abyss of what we know we can do, but we're not doing. And I think it takes, more than anything, it takes habits to be able to get into those and to be able to really get into a place where you can really thrive. 888-283-7272. Give me a call. Let's get on the phones and go to Matthew. Hi, Matthew.
I have a problem for a lot of months now with the numbness at the bottom of my left side lip, lower lip.
All right. So if you've got a little bit of numbness in that area, a couple things come to mind. There's facial nerves that run through there you need to take a look at. And I would go to your physician, your family doctor. They'll probably get you. If they can't find it pretty simply, they'll probably send you over in a referral. Possibility. And it could be nothing, but it could be something. And when it's something weird that comes out of nowhere, again, it could be just the beginnings of something like Bell's palsy, right? It could be just there's so many could-bes with that. That's why I don't like guessing. I think it's smart to go get it looked at, and because it sounds like it's definitely nerve-related, neurological. Somebody just needs to take a look at it. And as a rule of thumb in your lifestyle, one thing that we miss in our eating habits that I think is really important and vital that I don't think we pay enough attention to, are fatty acids. So fatty acids are extremely important to get in the game and to put in your body every day. If you don't get enough of them, then you can be facing quite a few challenges. So getting enough of the omega-3 fats is a big deal. You want to get enough of them to keep everything balanced. And I would encourage you to do that on a regular basis. That is for sure, because it's a big deal. And when you're dealing with something like the numbness in the lip, remember, anything neurological is going to have a fatty acid component to it. If you don't get the right amount of fats in your diet, probably 25 to 33% of your macronutrients in fat calories, then you're going to be missing a huge nutrient. Fat doesn't make you fat. We need fat to be able to function and get our bodies functioning the way they need to. So I would check into that for sure. Get some testing done. If you need help with that, get in touch with one of our providers, and they can test your different fatty acid profiles and check and see what those numbers are, okay? 888-283-7272, 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. You know it, asarx.com. All right, so what about getting a good night's sleep? Sleep is so important. We don't get enough of it. The sleep is key. We've got to make sure we're getting a good night's sleep on a regular basis. Matter of fact, you can eat well, you can exercise well, you can manage stress well, you can have good relationships well, but if you're not getting the sleep that you need, then your body can't recover well. And recovery is like the number one rule to the game. Just ask Tom Brady. It's all about recovery. It's a big part of what he focuses on, which is why he's got so much longevity right now, is he's a great recoverer in a lot of ways. So good sleep can mean the difference between being crazy and sane, they say. Difference between crying in meetings and at work and lashing out at your husband or wife over the laundry can be a big player. Now, if you want to keep everything intact, you got to get some good sleep. So the Holy Trinity, they say, of good mental health is diet, exercise, and sleep. Over the ages, sleep and depression have proved to be a dysfunctional, angry relationship. Depression undoubtedly causes sleep difficulties, whether it means low-grade insomnia or sleeping too much, which is kind of an atypical form of depression. So that's a big deal. So getting enough of your Z's, a tad like a chess game. So what do? You've got to come up with a good routine. And here's some tips of things to avoid to get a good night's sleep. Because one of the big issues for getting a good night's sleep is your routine. If you're erratic, like go to bed one night at 1 a.m., the next night at 10 p.m., the next night at 11 p.m., the body does not like that. It cannot get in sync with that kind of way of sleeping. You've got to get into a routine, like going to bed every night at 11, getting up at 7, or whatever you do. So to create a good routine, you got to have things like dimming the lights at 8 o'clock at night, no TV and no screen time after 9 p.m. Like get really rigid and disciplined with your habits, and that's where you're going to win all the way around. So your habits are what's going to create everything, okay? That's where your success are going to be in your habits. Always, always, always. So your routine is going to be the key. So here's some things to avoid, though, for messing up your sleep. Okay, number one, staying in bed when you can't sleep, bad deal. Okay, so sometimes people that give conflicting advice, like lay there till you kind of rest and fall asleep. No, the research is like completely the other way. Leave the bed within 15 minutes of when you wake up and you can't go back to sleep. So if you're upset about anything, leave the room. If you're frustrated, take off, get out of the room. If your brain is going 100 miles an hour about work and your to-do list and the meeting that you have, get out of the room. Okay, go somewhere else. Go sit in a recliner. Go make notes. Keep the lights low. Don't be cranking the lights up, but go into a different room And so you want to only associate your bed with sleeping. That's it. Like your bed needs to be for sleep and sex, not entertainment, hanging out, eating popcorn, watching 4 movies. It's just not the best place to do that. Do that on the couch, okay? Leave your bed for total sleep, and that's it, and sex, right? I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm just keeping it real. So watch the clock. And when you stare at it, everybody's using their phones now. This is all the research they did is kind of based on the alarm clock, kind of old. And think about it, alarm clocks, old school. Now everybody puts their phone by their bed, which is a terrible idea, by the way. Your phone needs to be put in airplane mode or turned off, and really don't put it near your head. Plug it in, but you need to turn out the radiation needs to be undone. It'll mess up your sleep pattern. Cuts into your REM sleep. It's just got all kinds of negative benefits. People fall asleep with their phones and sleep on their phone all night. It's no way to go. So watching the clock, though, is another thing. So if you can't sleep and you keep staring at the clock, look at it every 2 minutes, not a good thing. So get rid of the clock if you have a tendency to do that. Doing certain activities in bed, like working on a report or doing any kind of business work, not a good idea, because your brain's going to connect the bed with work and those kind of activities. Not a good thing. All right, so trying to sleep. We're talking about sleep patterns. You're listening to Asa Rx. Go to asarx.com. You can also give me a call, 888-283-7272. I see you on the phones there. Hang tight. We're going to get right to you. I want to get through this thing in sleep, though, because it's a big deal. People are not sleeping. And because they're not sleeping, they're not recovering. They're not doing well. They're not getting to their potential because they can't sleep. So trying to sleep, nodding off, but keep waking up, you've probably got a bigger issue going on, okay? If you go to sleep and can't stay asleep, which is what we're talking about right now, there's a bigger issue. A lot of times it has to do with vitamin and mineral deficiencies that could be impacting your overall brain and your brain health. That's why testing is so important when you're doing the vital testing for everything that we're doing. So it's so important to get the right kind of testing done. For the brain chemistry, things like serotonin, dopamine, GABA, acetylcholine, norepinephrine, epinephrine, all these brain chemicals that the body depends on are super important to get done. You have to get them done on a regular basis. Otherwise, you're not going to be successful. And otherwise, you're not going to get your body balanced. And, when it comes to that, being balanced is the key. Got to get the body as balanced as possible, okay? But sleep, it's a big deal. Make it a priority. And again, if anything you get out of this with sleep, create a pattern that's consistent, like go to bed at the same time every night as best you can. And the other thing is to make sure that you don't do any activities in bed. I'm telling you, scrolling on the phone, don't put the tablet in the bed. Just don't. You got to trim the lights down at a certain time at night, get your body used to being in the relaxed state and get your body used to being in that place that it needs to be. That's where I would focus on more than anything. Got to have a routine. Sleep is key. You got to get the sleep you need. And it's the part of the big three for mental health. Remember, it's sleep and then a good eating strategy and then exercise. That's going to help you live your potential. 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. You can check me out on all social links, Asa Rx TV. You can check me out there and stay connected with everything that we have going on to be able to get you to the next level. We'll be right back.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Triple 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open with questions about your health. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. We're here for you each and every day to take you from where you are in your current state of health to where you need to be. So remember, it's about becoming the best version of you. We want to help you get there. So it's about living your potential. If you haven't got a free copy of my book, it's an international bestseller. It's hardback copy. You can get it. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. It'll teach you everything you need to know about health. It really will. It is one of the best books, not just because I've written it, but I'm really proud of it. It's a great book. I've got such rave reviews on it. We've sold so many copies of it. I forget the numbers, over 500,000, I think close to almost 600,000 copies. It's so many thousand. It's amazing. So many people's hands. The reviews are amazing. So I want to thank you for all those, because so many of you have written those reviews, and it's just been a real blessing. So, but I want to get it to you. Like, we want to send it to you, and we'll cover it. We'll pay for it. You just pay for a little bit of shipping for the transit, and we'll take care of it, okay? But we want to see you thrive. I want to see you do really well. Let's get over to the phones and talk to Edric.
I've been drinking mostly reverse osmosis filtered water. Today is really the first day that I just drank, a couple glasses of like Brita water, except for to, take medication and vitamins and make, boil hot water for, Roma green beverage in the morning. But I've noticed I kind of stopped drinking the Brita water. I'm going to change my filter, see if that makes any difference. But reverse osmosis water seems to, I'm able to drink more of that, but it kind of drags me down after a while, which, isn't necessarily so bad. But after a while, I had some of the Brita water, but the Brita water seems to give me like a real lift, like almost too much, like maybe the second glass I have. I guess it wears off probably after about 5 glasses or so. But I know those filters don't take out nearly as much as what the reverse osmosis does. I don't really know who else to ask about this, because I have some good doctors and stuff, but they don't know everything. They're not quite into things as much as we are, because actually I bring a lot of the information that I get off your show to my doctors, and thank God I'm able to get your show, because my doctors are good, but my nutritionist didn't tell me exactly how much vitamin D to take or what the level was, and fortunately I know these things from listening to you, so I really stay on top of things, and I ask her questions and remind her things. She helps me with a lot of things that I don't know, that are beyond me at this point. But I'm just kind of wondering, maybe there's some pharmaceuticals or something in the water. We have good water here in Albany, New York, but that's what everybody says. But there may be some bad stuff in there. I don't know. So I'm just wondering, why I'm getting this kind of high or something off the water a little bit that isn't, a lot of times isn't too desirable. So I was wondering if you know anything about this, because I don't know if you really get minerals from drinking water. I guess some people say you do, some people say you don't, and I also take medications. I'm diagnosed with manic depression. I'm taking lithium. I've been doing that for like 26 years. That's about the only one that seems to be helpful, and I'm taking a little bit of Thorazine. I choose to take that in the morning just to kind of deal with everybody on coffee, because I don't use caffeine. But I do eat dark chocolate. You're just telling the last caller about dopamine, so I've been eating more dark chocolate again. I was doing pretty good with it the last couple of years over the winter, and it really helped me.
Yeah, it's a great question, and I appreciate all the kind comments too about our show and how it's encouraged you and helps you, and that's what we want. You're a great example of why I'm here and why our team is here every day and why we show up and why we bring content, because we want to educate, and I want to teach you and everyone to take their health into their own hands. You have to have a team of physicians. There's a reason all of us have studied so much, right? You need that. But the day-to-day effort really is in your hands. I can't make you do things. I can't make you exercise and drink more water and eat the right kind of foods. It's in your hands, and no doctor can. But we can educate, we can teach. And the reason I love this so much, and being on the radio and television and doing social and everything else, because we can be with you every day. I can reach out, help you, encourage you, and equip you every day. And that's what this whole deal is about. So your doctor, yeah, it's cool that you can take things in from the show, things I teach you, and go run it by your doctor, and they're probably learning in the process. Because the reality is, if you're a primary care doc or any specialty, most doctors don't study outside of their specialty. They're constantly having to take their renewal exams, and between family time, and you've put so much time into studying that discipline, right? So it's like just to keep up with the latest research of that, maybe have a hobby of some kind, spend time with your family, sleep maybe 6 hours, and then do it all over again, you're done. That's it. Like you're tapped out. So that's why they're specialists. And that's why there's people in different areas that can help you and equip you and give you, it's why you got to have multiple people on your team. There's just no way around that. You got to have people that can help you and give you the tools you need. Okay, so that's the ultimate key. But thanks for that. Yeah, my answer to you is yes, some water systems are better than others as far as like city water and that sort of thing. I like the filters, like the Brita filters, Pure filters. I really like them. I think they do really well. They get the job done. I mean, are there better options? Yeah, I mean, whole house filtration systems, distillers, water distillers, those are good too. But anytime you're getting water that's filtered at some level or even a higher level, is better than nothing, because there are chemicals in the water. The Environmental Protection Agency has limits, and people, I mean, obviously all the cities comply, but still you want to make sure everything's as balanced as it can be. And that's why just get your body weight, half your body weight in ounces of water, unless it's a kidney issue. And then I would get some checks done on your neurochemistry and get with some providers, because you're sure your team is working great, your medical team, but just somebody needs to manage the nutrition part of that. Okay. Puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producers, Mr. Fig, also Derek Allen, and our chief engineer, John Garrison. Go tell one person something you learned on the show. Together, we can transform the health of our friends, our families, and our communities. This is the show that helps you live your potential. This is Asa Rx.
This show is designed to provide accurate information of a general nature on the subject matter covered, and given with the understanding that neither the host nor the station is engaged with rendering any form of medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. This information is not approved by the FDA and is not intended to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any disease.
To experience more of Asa Rx audio, visit us at asarx.com. Hi, this is America's Lifestyle Coach. When it comes to digestive health, probiotics are the key. Why do employees, owners, and managers of health food stores take Theralac more than any other brand? Results. Fast results. In fact, Theralac is the most potent medicinal brand probiotic in existence. With patented stomach acid resistance delivery and prebiotic guaranteed potency, Theralac restores regularity while providing all the long-term benefits of superior probiotic supplements. Don't be fooled by probiotic products that promise higher potency or more strains of beneficial bacteria. High potency means nothing without proper delivery. Theralac is formulated for powerful results. Theralac, the high potency probiotic with strength, delivery, and stimulation, supporting your digestion, regularity, and immunity. Theralac, available in the refrigerated section of your favorite health food store. For more information, go to Theralac.com.